Boom! Thursday here with the host of the Codex podcast, Sonny Kruger. We have come to the end. It is time to review Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer, issue number 4. Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer is written by Casey Gilly, illustrated by Joe Jarrow, colored by Joanna LaFuente, and lettered by Ed Dukeshire. I have been loving Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer from issue number 1, and I have felt the story just got better and better with each issue. And now we got down to issue number 4, which concludes the story. And at the end of issue number 3, we saw a big battle start, and we saw Buffy kill Grace Bronswell. And as more and more vampires came, the issue said to be continued. And now in Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer, issue number 4, the story concludes, and we pick up with the action and an amazing fight scene. And for this review, I don't really want to spoil much. One thing I will say is in issue number 3, we saw Charlie looking inside Buffy and let Buffy know that with all the light Buffy has inside, that Buffy can save the world. And Buffy even said, they said, what happens when you let all your light out? Buffy said it combusts. So in this issue, in a big fight scene, Buffy decides to let it all out, to let out all of her light. And I won't tell you what happens. Like I said, I don't want to go over I don't want to give too many spoilers. I can just recommend that you read it. I love this story, and I'm a huge Buffy fan now, especially because of this story with Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer. And I'm really somebody who endings mean a lot to me, and this is how you end a story. I was very, very satisfied with the way that issue number 4 concludes the story of Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer. It had me on the edge of my seat. It had me enjoying the action. It had me enjoying really getting into the drama behind it and everything. And as I say, this is how you end a story. I have loved the journey of going through Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer from issue number 1, then 2, then 3, and now finishing it with 4. And the story was not too long. It wasn't too short. It got right down to the action and picked up the story very fast. I loved it. I really recommend the whole story. And even if you're a fan of Buffy, you're going to enjoy it. And even if you're not and you're being introduced to the character, I think you're still really going to enjoy this story. And so today I'm rating issue number 4. Like I said, this is the way you end a story. It had everything I want in a story. And I give Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer issue number 4 a 9.6. I thought it was terrific. I can't recommend it enough. And I wouldn't mind seeing more, but who knows what will happen. And one thing, I'm glad that they brought back Buffy to do Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer. I'm glad they brought back Buffy so we could see her in the future in Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer. And it's an incredible story. I really recommend it. And I'm really looking forward to what else I'm going to be reading and reviewing from Boom Studios. And I'm sure I will definitely revisit Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer because it was a great one. And like I said, so Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer issue number 4, for me, I give it a 9.6. And I will see you all soon at another Boom Thursday.